Oh, hey, I bet you didn't think you'd see me so fast, but the season's about to kick off, and if you're going to do predictions, you got to do them before the start of the season, and I wanted to do some predictions, but not the run-of-the-mill, boring, cliche predictions. I want something you can hang your hat on, something you could look forward to seeing throughout the season and following along with. I want something you could take to Vegas and say, I want to put a prop on that, and then maybe winning a little bit of dosh in the process. Now, I hope you appreciate the fact that I'm putting myself out there in the YouTube verse because I could be seen as an absolute genius or a complete muppet. One thing's for sure, however, with enough Michter's fine Kentucky bourbon, you'll think you're a genius while in jail. So let's go. Predictions that we could follow throughout the season as we get ready for kickoff. Preseason prediction number 8, it's about a number 8. I think we're bringing in that position before the window closes. There's been so much speculation about it from the start of off-season. Even Steven Gerrard himself said it. We're trying to strengthen in that area. A two-way, box-to-box, central midfield beast who can run with the ball, distribute, and tackle. Oh, wouldn't that be something? We did, like the mighty lion, most of our feeding at the end of the season, and now we're sitting in the tall grasses of Africa just waiting for an unsuspecting antelope to wander by when Johan Langa pounces. Because as of right now, it's Jacob Ramsey, John McGinn, Morgan Sanson, and Douglas Luiz. And there's a lot of speculation, of course, and uncertainty around Douglas Luiz. Some people say the priority should be up front, production, a striker, or a pacey winger that can beat people. In a perfect world, maybe we get both. But when the manager is a central midfielder, I have to believe that before the window closes September 1st, we're getting a number 8 in. Number 7, and 7 is the relevant number. Villa's going to win more than 7 games at Villa Park this season. Why does that matter? Well, they haven't managed it since returning to the Premier League. 7 in the first season, 7 in the empty stadium season, only 6 out of 19 last year. And if you really want to move up the table, you got to win your home games. And if there's one prediction I really want to have come true, it's that Villa Park becomes a fortress again. A place where people can't wait to go. They don't want to leave. Opponents don't want to go. It's a graveyard for their points. And because of this new mental resoluteness that we've seen in preseason and the emphasis on defensive solidity, I do think they have a chance. They have to learn how to block the crowd out, either positive or negative. And of course, they'll have to start scoring more goals first at home or not allowing bad first goals. But there are enough home games before Christmas even that they could take a big chunk out of those 7 right away. And let's hope they can get into the 10, 11, 12, or maybe even more this year. Number 6, Leon Bailey will draw at least 1 red card before Christmas. I love this one. This could go either way, but if you took that to Vegas and you said to a bookie, hey, what are the odds of Leon Bailey drawing like a dog's-o red card in the Premier League before Christmas? They'd give you good odds because those kind of red cards aren't overly common, so they'd want you to bite by giving you good odds. But you see the way he played in preseason? Looks like the old Leon Bailey is back. A lot of people will have forgotten about him because they've been so out of sight and out of mind and under the radar this year. Then you have the factor I talked about in the last show, all these Villa defenders who can play a long ball like Luca Dean, Diego Carlos, Callum Chambers, or even Boubacar Kamara, and then the 2 tricksters in the middle, Coutinho and Buendia, who could see a pass. At some point, he's going to be released onside, in behind. A central defender's going to be late. They're going to bite and nobody be catching Bailey, man. And that'll likely happen in the earlier part of the season when there's less scouting material to look at and everybody's still trying to figure themselves out. Bailey will get somebody banished before Christmas. Bank on it. Number 5, I think Cameron Archer is going to score 4 goals before Christmas in all competitions. And, that may seem like it's a bold prediction, or some may say actually they think that's conservative because there's a couple of early League Cup rounds in there. And, if you get a minnow, Archer could get a hat trick in one of those games. But he's going to make about 5 or 6 cameos in the first team in the Premier League. You have to think before Christmas. Now, I believe that he wants to be here, stay with the team, and the way he's going to stay with the team is not scoring goals. He's going to stay with the team because he's trusted by the manager, which means he's going to do little things. His back-to-goal play is going to be good. He's going to keep possession and not give it away cheaply. He's going to make the right pass. He's going to run with the ball in the right area. He's going to harry and harass. He's going to bump a goalkeeper every once in a while. Those things may not earn you goals, but they'll allow him to stick around, and maybe through that, he'll get more and more chances. But I think 4 is a very good over-under number. If he beats it, not bad. Number 4, Steven Gerrard wins a Manager of the Month award before Christmas. This award is voted on by a panel of pundits, and then 10% of the vote goes to the public. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's just human nature. Nobody wants to see Jurgen Klopp and Pep Guardiola win that month after month. They want somebody new, somebody different. And there are a bunch of interesting months for Aston Villa fixture-wise. One of them is August. And, based on the preseason that they're coming off of, a little bit of momentum, solid-looking team right now, and some, pretty tidy fixtures. And a month where maybe instead of losing it last year, this year we draw it, or maybe last year we drew it, this year we win it. We just need a month here or there where perhaps we even go undefeated. November, just before the World Cup break, it's United at home and then Brighton away. So there's a chance for him there for sure. But I'm telling you, pundits and fans who vote for these kind of things, they want somebody new, somebody fresh, somebody hip, somebody sexy, or somebody with a really low hairline. Because Gerrard has a low hairline. I mean, it's him and Mikel Arteta, if you're voting just based on hairlines. Number 3, and it pertains to number 3, Diego Carlos will make Brazil's preliminary squad for the World Cup in Qatar. And you may not think that's a bold prediction, but there's Thiago Silva, there's Marquinhos, there's that cat Jeromel at Grêmio. Who else is there? And I wonder sometimes, did Diego Carlos come to the Premier League because he wanted to prove to Cheech that he was capable of playing with and against the very best in the world week after week? Yes, it's good to play in Europe, in La Liga, but you're going to play a crap team every second week. That's not happening in the Premier League. He also has a couple of guys who could put in a good word, Douglas Luiz and Phil Coutinho. And if he does manage to make that squad, it's because he will have had a very, very good start to life at Aston Villa. And let's be honest, he has this World Cup. He has 2026 here in North America. After that, age-wise, go on and grab it, DC. Number 2 indeed. Emi Martinez is going to push Brad Friedel to number 2 in all-time clean sheets in a season because he's getting 16 this year. The focus on defensive solidity by bringing in Carlos and Boubacar Kamara, and then this great battle for the second center-back position between Mings, Konza, and Callum Chambers, it's a good thing for Aston Villa, and who knows if they bring in somebody else in terms of a central midfielder as well. But I feel like there is a focus on pragmatism this season rather than being wide open and pulsating, and that's good for a goalkeeper. Emi Martinez is going to start every game pretty much. You know that bagels at the back will be a huge priority for everybody, including the manager. It's a badge of honor. Then you've got Carlos, as I mentioned, wanting to play for Brazil, but Boubacar Kamara is in that same spot, and so is Emi Martinez himself. He's going to want to go into Qatar absolutely flying because he'll probably think Argentina has a chance at a World Cup this year. Now, if he's going to achieve that goal, 16 clean sheets on the season by Christmas, he's probably going to need 6 or 7 or so. Let's watch for that as a little bit of a side story. But 16 clean sheets, that would be amazing. That's more that's in my house. It's not a shot at my missus or anything. And my top preseason prediction, a single digit. Number 1, Aston Villa will finish in the single digits of the Premier League this upcoming season. And you're thinking, well, that's very non-committal. That could be anywhere from 9th to 1st. But a 5-place jump in the Premier League, that's a quarter of the table. That's significant. And when you consider Villa's net spend right now of about $6 million, that would be an impressive achievement. I watch other prediction shows and pundits talking about this team. They have no idea. They don't care. Villa did all its significant business at the end of last season, so it's like everybody's forgotten about it. Then they were in Australia. It kind of reminds me of Al Pacino in that fantastic movie, The Devil's Advocate, when he said to Keanu Reeves' character, "It's good to be the little guy. They never see the little guy coming. And of course, Aston Villa is not a little guy club by any means. But when you look at the pool that we're swimming in with the Brentfords, maybe the Leeds, but the Brightons, the Leicesters, the West Hams, I see a lot of exits from some of those clubs that aren't being replaced. So a 5-place jump would be significant. Single-digit places would help me sleep at night. And you never know. Maybe they'll climb higher. Well, there you have it. I hope you enjoyed my non-predictable predictions show, as I've laid it all out there, and we can now review sometime around Christmas during the World Cup break to see whether in fact I was a genius or an utter muppet. And now there's the little matter of a season, which can actually kick off and proceed until my next show and a review of Bournemouth. Enjoy the match, be well, don't have too many of these, and of course, up the mighty Villa.